Hello, and welcome back to the driveway. I'm Dr. Wigo, and today we're going to do the full walk around and review of my new 2024 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid Limited. Plenty of words, but it's for a very nice car, as you're about to see. So we'll start with the walk around. So the grille is a little improved over last year's, over the 2023. This is a mid-cycle refresh. So they didn't change everything about the car, but they changed a lot. They changed a lot on the exterior and they changed a lot on the interior. The main things to notice here are the daytime running light, which runs all the way along across the whole front of the hood. And then below that we have LED headlights. And then down below that we got some LED fog lights. And there's a little vent here that lets air get to the tires to help cool the brakes. You can see the sensors along above the grille and below in the middle of the grille. And there's a camera right in the center, and then below that is the radar for the stop and go cruise control and a whole lot of the features that we'll get to when we get inside. So all in all, it's a fairly good looking front of the car. As we move around to the side, you can see the 215, 55, R17, 94V tires on the 17-inch wheels, which is an Aero Eco design. It's supposed to look, I don't know. It's supposed to look more electric. And here we have a turn signal, side marker. The mirrors are body color on top, but black underneath, and there's a camera bump here for the back-facing camera. Got a nice line going down the side. The fuel filler door, unlocked when the car is unlocked. And the best part for me is it takes regular gas, not premium. Now moving around to the back, you see the LED brake lights, which are really just on the corners there. And if you notice, it kind of makes an H. And then the turn signals are right there. And then this is all like for looks, except that's a backup light. By the way, the backup lights are incandescent. Everything else on this car is an LED. I find that very annoying. I may change that. And then we don't have fake exhaust tips exactly. There's just one exhaust over here on the right. And we have this little spoiler air dam kind of thing, which is black. The car is blue. I know it doesn't look blue in this light, but I have to do it this early because it's so hot. Now, if you press this button, we have the electric trunk open, which has 16 cubic feet of space in here. Let me get in here. And we have the 60/40 split seat pull down. I have the optional cargo netting, and this thing, which is allegedly storage tray for the rear. Basically, it's a reversible. It's carpeted on one side and it's rubbery on the other side, and the carpeted side is very slick. Underneath here, there is not a spare tire, although there's a tire mobility kit and the optional first aid kit. I didn't order it, the dealer did. And one of my favorite features, power close. And we'll just swing around the other side of the car, although it looks amazingly like the other side. Oh, you'll notice down here, I have the mud guards, the optional mud guards that came with. And that's the car. To pop the hood, you come in and pull that. And here we have the 2-liter 4-cylinder gas engine, which they don't list a horsepower for, but it's about 140, 150. The electric motor over here is 51 horsepower with 151 pound-feet of torque. So there's a lot, most of the torque will come from the electric motor. And it's 192 horsepower combined. That's why I'm estimating 140-ish for the gas engine. It's coupled to a 6-speed transmission, not a CVT like most hybrids. So you actually have gear shifts and upshifts and downshifts, and there's paddles that we'll get to in a minute. But these two little motors combine for 44 city, 51 highway, 47 overall EPA mileage ratings. And with the 13.2 gallon tank, which is smaller than the gas powered Sonatas, they have like a 15 gallon tank. But 13.2 gallons gets you 600 plus miles of range. We have easy access to the washer fluid right here, which is probably the only thing I'm ever going to do under here. And then we also have the coolant and all sorts of other stuff. And the thing I love about electrics is all the orange wires, which are the high voltage, don't touch those. We do have the strut shocks. The wheelbase is 111.8 inches. Overall length is 193.3 inches, 73.2 inches wide, 56.9 inches high, 5.3 inches of clearance underneath. And the weight, because of the electric motor, it weighs more than the gas powered. It's 3,687 pounds. So getting close to 2 tons. The windshield and the front windows have acoustic film to help reduce road noise. Let's try the back seat. Now you can see I have I have the driver's seat in the full back and down position. It's as far back as it'll go. And I'm 6'1". So let's see how this goes. As you can see, it's a pretty tight fit. My feet are up under touching the seat. I have maybe an inch of leg room. But while we're here, we do have vents for the rear seats. And then down below that are the USB-C charging ports. I love how Hyundai and Kia do map pockets, because nobody has maps, but I guess you can stick other stuff in there. And we have the cup holder, fold down cup holder, which as you can see holds itself up. I think the Toyota, it slams down and rests on the seat, so it's kind of at an angle. This is nice and flat, makes a nice armrest. And we have manual sunshades that come up and hook like that. Now, moving on to the front. I guess I could have mentioned when we were looking at the back that the seats are leather, unlike the K5, which I had, which was leatherette. This is real leather, perforated, which means we've got the heated and cool seats, which we'll get to in a minute. 8-way power on the driver's side, 4-way power on the passenger side. They don't get the lumbar. Okay, I guess we'll just start at the left and move across. So you see up here we have the Bose 12 speaker sound system that comes with the Limited, and we have 2 driver settings. Auto up down on the front windows, auto down on the back, and then the child lock for the back windows. The lock and unlock of the car, and then adjusting the outside mirrors. The mirrors are a little disappointing. They don't auto fold in. On my Kia, I had a button here that would fold in the mirrors. I don't get that in here. Well, let's turn it on. So coming across, down here we have the interior lights, 12-volt battery reset, traction control off, the electronic parking brake, and the trunk open, power open. Now for the stalks, the left side does the lights. I have it on auto, but fog lamps, headlights, off. I just keep it auto. Of course, it's also the blinker. Oh, and check this out. when you signal a lane change or a turn, when your blinker's on, it shows you the view out to the rear of the car, so that, not that you would have to worry, because if there was somebody there, there would be a little red thing here. Oh, and in the heads-up display, I'm not sure how that's going to pick up on camera, but the heads-up display basically has the same thing in it that this screen does down here, except there's no car up there. It's just the lines. But it shows you the lines on the side light up if you're within the lines. It's got a little speed limit sign. And if you're doing navigation, the turn-by-turn stuff shows up in the heads-up display. By the way, even if you're using Carplay. So if you're using Carplay navigation, the navigation stuff still shows up in the heads-up display, which I am quite pleased with. Another little trick, these little speed limit signs in the heads-up display and down here, they show the current speed limit on the road you're on. Well, we're not on a road right now. But if you go over the speed limit, the speed turns red. Well, I found this very annoying because I'm almost always over the speed limit a little bit. Well, it turns out there's a setting you can set it to only turn red at 5 miles over or 10 miles over. Well, let's do the other stock. Over here we have the windshield wipers and washers controls. They have rain sensing wipers, so I have it on auto, but you can set it on mist, low, high, pull it towards you to squirt. Now on the wheel itself, over here on the left, this is the cruise control stuff. So there's where you set your cruise control. There's where you set the highway driving assist and keeping you in your lane keeping assist, all those features. Oh, the engine just came on. This little button will change the display up here. So you've got the normal, the status of the EV, charging or not, and then this is the navigation. But since the navigation's in the heads-up display, I don't see any reason to have it down here. Now, what should be allowed to be down here is what song is playing on the Sirius XM, but we'll talk about that later. Then you have your digital. This is a 12.3-inch screen. You have your digital speedometer, the fuel, eco mode. Ooh, auto hold. I'll get to when we get to the button, but I'll tell you now. It remembers. So you can, once you turn it on, it'll be on every time you turn the car on, which I just find fantastic. When you're doing regenerative braking, the charge indicator will show. When you're driving on just electricity, this will move and it'll show you the power over here. And then we have the battery power, which you can see is below halfway. And you also notice we're down here in EV mode and we're in park. Let's get to this other side of the wheel. This is your entertainment. That's for talking to the car or to CarPlay. You hold it down a little longer and then Siri will hear you. You have the pick up and hang up phone button, and then the star button, which I have set to, I don't know, apparently nothing, because nothing happened over here. But you can set these. And you got your volume up, down, and you press it to mute. Oh, this is the channels. I mentioned the paddle shifters, which also serve for regenerative braking. Oh, now here's probably the most controversial part of this car, the gear shift. Pull it towards you to go into reverse. And you can see the reverse camera comes on and the overhead camera with the line so you can see what you're doing. The mirror is tilted down on the outside. Then you put it to drive by flipping it top forward, and now you get the front view and the lines are showing you where you're going to go over here on this. And to put it in park, you press the N. One of my favorite little things about this car is you don't have to put it in park. When you turn the car off, well, here, let me demonstrate. I'm in drive. Hit put it in park. So that gets us over to here. We have another 12.3-inch screen for navigation, infotainment, all that stuff, which we will get back to. We have the vents. Now, there's two vents here, and there's one over there, and then in between it's fake, but it kind of looks pretty. Then you have hard buttons for home, map, search, media. Then you have your seat track setup, hard volume knob, hard tuning knob. Then we have the climate control system. This is where you control your ventilated and heated seats, driver and passenger, fan speed, AC, you can turn it off. Driver only, won't cool that side of the car. I have it in sync mode, so doing them equally. And you have your airflow control. That's recirculate, see, there's no coming in from the outside. One of my favorite things about Hyundai and Kia, when you squirt your windshield washer fluid, it puts the climate control into recirculate so that you don't have to breathe the fumes of your window washing fluid. And down here, we have a USB-C port, which you can switch between connected to the system or just charging. So if you got a buddy in the car who wants to charge, well, if you got a buddy in the car and wants to charge, they can use this other port, but you can have your phone either be a part or not a part. That's the indicator for the Qi charger, which is right here. And there's your, what we used to call the cigarette lighter port, but now I guess it's just a power port, 12-volt power port. Then on to here, we have your drive modes. The parking sensors can be turned off if all the little beeping annoys you. There's my favorite button, auto hold. You hit the brakes, you take your foot off the brake holds. And it now remembers from time to time. So every time you get in the car, I don't have to hit it again like I did in the Kia. And this is the parking camera view. So there's the front view, the rear view. Of course, this will automatically change based on when you're in gear. If you're in reverse, it'll give you the rear view. We got the 360 view. You can change all the settings. Now, we have a little storage cubby here, which I guess you can stick your phone in. You can put your phone on the pad, but you could stick your phone in there. It's wireless CarPlay, so you don't have to plug in, so you can just stick it there. Or you can put it there if you want a wire charge for some reason. We have cup holders with the little accommodations, a smaller one and a larger one. Then we have now this is I bought this on Amazon for like 15 bucks. Because as you can see, it's deep, so you can waste a lot of space, but if you drop this on top, again, $15 at Amazon, I will link it down below. But I can put my reading glasses, and there's little coin slots. Again, does not come with the car, but worth the 15 bucks. Wireless CarPlay. I don't know. In the Kia, there was a way to like have the Sirius radio over here while you were on CarPlay. There is not on this car, which I find very annoying. In fact, well, let's go straight to that. Let's go to media. So on Sirius XM, what song is playing? I don't know. The only way to find out is to press that button there, and then it will take over the entire thing to show me that what's playing on Sirius Radio right now is Rocksteady by Bad Company. But if I do anything, that goes away. So I put the map back up. Boom. It drops down here. Notice it doesn't say the song. It just says what channel you're on. Oh, it does have the album art. So, again, on the Kia, you could have the Sirius XM be over here, but now you get to have charging, weather, the map. That's if you have something else over here, and a compass, and a clock. Why would they take that away? I've said it over and over again. All I need to know when I'm driving is I want to know how fast I'm going, which is I need a speedometer, and I have the heads-up display for that, and down here. And I want to know, I want the map so I can see where I am, and I want to know what song is playing, which used to be right there on the Kia. By the way, on the Kia, you could also put it in that center con. So I'm a little salty about that. I like to know what song is playing, so when I'm driving around, I have to hit that, and then I can see it. But when I'm in CarPlay, I can't even see that. Now, by the way, I don't really need the CarPlay maps because the navigation system in here is pretty sweet. It's pretty much the same nav system that was on the Kia. I mean, the map looks the same. It's a little peppier because it's a faster processor. But it works great. And it has the speed limit thing. See, it's got my speed limit right there. And when I'm out driving, it'll put the little speed limit sign like in the heads-up display. They'll show you your speed everywhere. You want to know what song is playing, that's a whole other story. But it shows you your actual speed, and then it has the little speed limit sign below it when you're driving around. So the nav system is great. It warns you about traffic cameras. It's pretty good. When you're using Apple Maps, Apple Navigation, I think the updates like about wrecks and stuff is a little better on there. There's some of that on here. But for the most part, if I'm not on a long trip, I just leave it on this navigation. Because then I can see, at least I can see the picture of what's playing and press that button. Now if we go back to home, you got all your phone stuff and CarPlay. You can do voice memos. You can look at the weather, which again I had in the little side view over here. You put it in valet mode so that you don't have to worry about racing around your car. They have Hyundai Pay, which I don't have set up, but if you set it up, you can the car will pay for your gas at certain gas stations. Get your vehicle diagnostics. My next service is in 2025. Now, setup. You can really customize this thing all over the place. Well, like the instrument cluster, you can do themes, content, wiper, lights display. You can adjust the heads-up display. Oh, it has, I didn't mention this, it has the lighting. When you just tap your turn signal, you can have it not do anything or do 3 flashes, which is the default. I have it set to 5 flashes because it kind of takes me a little longer to move over, or 7 flashes for people older than me who take a really long time to get over. Welcome light when you walk up, headlight delay when you turn off, high beam assist, speed limit warning, and this is big, speed limit offset, which I have set for 10 miles over. It'll turn red when I'm 10 miles over, not when I'm 1 mile over. Or you can turn that off. But with speed limit assist, it will actually stop accelerating. So if you have it set to you only go the speed limit, when you get to speed limit, it'll stop accelerating. Hyundai supports the digital key. So on my phone, in my wallet, has a key to this car. And the other day I ran an errand, and when I got home, I realized I had not put the key fob in my pocket. I had just had the phone, and that's all I needed to go unlock the car, get in, start the car. Although on the way back, when I got in the car, it made me put my phone on the charging pad before it would start. It's loaded with features. I'm very happy with it, except for the telling me what song is playing now. Oh, I didn't do the glove box. Got the enough room for the owner's manuals and some other stuff. Auto dimming mirror. No home link, and you can't even get a home link mirror for this particular car. Well, that's my walk around and showing you all the features of the car. Now for the review. I like it. It's peppy. It's about on a par with the K5, which I think was 190 horsepower, and this is 190 horsepower. So with both engines. So it's about the same as I was used to. So that's not a big problem. I love the heads-up display, which I did not have in the Kia. You know how I feel about the Sirius XM and not showing me what song is playing on the radio anywhere, because the Kia did that. And the Kia also would fold in the mirrors. One of the things I don't like about this car is it's hard to tell if you've locked it. Whereas with the Kia, when you locked it, the mirrors folded in. Here you have to press a button, and it locks. I mean, I'm not pressing a button, I'm hitting a sensor. I never showed you the key fob. It's nothing impressive. And there's buttons on the side as well. I forgot to mention, if you look up there, it's where I told the story about why and how I bought the car. So that's why there was no story in this video, although it's still long enough as it is. But as I showed last week, if you lock the car, hold the start. Oh, it doesn't make any noise because the engine doesn't start. And it only moves while I'm holding it down, so takes a little while to start. There it goes. Let go, it stops. And I press the other one. And the trunk release is on the side. Hold to start. If you just tap it, it will turn it back off. Every time you turn off a Kia or Hyundai, it puts up how long your little trip just was that you were just on and what your mileage was. I've never seen a number under 30. So if I just run to the store and back, it'll be like 38. On the highway, it's supposed to get 51. I don't think it's going to get 51, but maybe. Forgot to show you an important feature. The gigantic panoramic sunroof. I'm going to tint the whole thing with the ceramic tint that reflects heat, including this, and so that'll make it a little darker, so I can just leave this thing open all the time and have a little more natural light, which I should have turned on for this video, but you know, have you seen the channel? I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I'm finishing just in time. The sun's coming up over the roof and it's gonna hit me in the eyes, but it's just in time to let you see the car, the color, which standing right here right now looks gray, but with blue highlights in it, blue metal flake. It's really lovely. So my overall review is that it's a great car. I love the hybrid so far. My dings on it are it could have a little more power, not a lot, just be a little peppier. The folding mirrors, I'd like that back. I'd like a home link mirror. But these are all things that didn't come with the car. The one thing that I'm going to stay salty about for as long as I own the car is not being able to see the song that's playing on Sirius XM unless I hit the screen. Plenty of space for me, big enough trunk. I like the looks. While I was just talking, I got a notification on my watch that I left my car unlocked. So while it doesn't show you with the folded in mirrors by glancing at it, after a few minutes, it will be, and then you can hit the thing and lock it back. By the way, you don't even have to be anywhere near the car at that point because you can use the Blue Link app. It's a good car. Come back in 3, 6 months, whatever. I'll do the 5 things I love, 5 things I hate. You already know one of the things I hate kind of video, and I'll do a longer term review. I intend to drive this one more than the Kia. Kia, I bought it at the tail end of COVID, and so I didn't really, and I had all my back troubles. Well, back's feeling a little better. I might be doing a little more long distance driving, so I'll have some review for you in the future. So stick around or subscribe. I never ask you to do that. I'm not asking you now. I'm just saying if you want to be sure to be notified. That's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye-bye. I'm going to go play with my Vision Pro now for a while after I finish playing with the car. Thanks for staying to the end. Bye-bye.